Residents reacting to changes made at the cabinet level. The Grand Bahama Power Company shedding light on the VAT exemption. And a young woman with big dreams appealing for your help.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shashina Roll-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news, the reassignment of 4 cabinet ministers, the topic of debate in some quarters here on Grand Bahama. The Member of Parliament for Marco City, Michael Pintard, is among those impacted by the changes. Tonight, Kimberly Mullings talks to a few vocal residents who give their views on the Prime Minister's decision.
At this point, I want to quote Shakespeare, much ado about nothing.
Local pastor Keith Russell says he simply doesn't understand what's going on or why.
I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference, the cabinet shuffle. I don't know what the reasons are. The Prime Minister offered some reasons yesterday on the news. I'm not sure I buy those reasons, but how's it going to make a difference in our governance? I don't know.
Roscoe Parker says he found out about the reappointments via WhatsApp on Monday and finds it interesting.
Even though it's early in this administration, it's a good thing to do. You don't, because sometimes people are serving in government and they get complacent. And what you do is try to move them around and let them know, hey, you're here to serve the people, and don't get set.
Both men remain curious about Minister Michael Pintard's new appointment to the Ministry of Agriculture and the incoming minister, Lanisha Rolle.
I was surprised about the move of Michael Pintard, because I think personally he was doing a very good job in sports. You know, he's a young man, and looked like he was moving forward. But then, like again, the Prime Minister took the view that it's time to move him from there and put him some places. I'm quite sure the individual who was taking over from him is going to do the same, probably an even better job. You know, that kind of. So it's hard to the person say he could do much better than Mike. You know, that kind of, because he's a fella who can talk, and he not only talk, but he gets things done.
His training is in agriculture. I think he attended Tuskegee University, and he has experience in that area. So that may be a great move, actually.
Dexter Carter supports the shuffling of the cabinet and wishes the same thing would happen to other government agencies.
Even the police force, they need a shuffle in there also. You know, the whole government department, the police force, they all need a shuffle, man, you know, because it's just some people need to maybe move around.
Parker and Carter are in full support of the Prime Minister's decision.
I'm hoping for the best, like most Bahamians, that these changes he making so early in his administration is what it's going to do for the future of the country.
I think if they've been directed to those posts, I think they'll be able to handle it, you know, because I think the Prime Minister, he knows what he's doing.
One resident found the shuffling of the 4 ministers necessary.
It would give these cabinet ministers who have no real experience in other areas a chance to learn how government functions in other areas. And at this time, being that they are young, this is necessary to get that kind of experience under their belt so that they can implement better policies.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNAS Network News.
Well, it's been 3 days since the new value-added tax rate was implemented, and residents are still trying to come to terms with the change. But while many have been focusing on the VAT increase, there are some benefits as well. In this report, our Italia Hall speaks with the officials at the Grand Bahama Power Company, who shares some of those benefits and who is eligible to receive them.
The 2017-2018 budget also provided some benefits for power company customers across the country. Effective August 1st, customers on Grand Bahama with electricity bills that are $200 or less will not have to pay value-added tax. Financial controller at the Grand Bahama Power Company, Lurleen Ma, says their system has been updated and they are now in the process of testing it.
We have been in constant communication with the Ministries of Finance and the Minister of Grand Bahama, and we feel that we are compliant with everything that they are requesting. So effective August 1, all bills that go out to customers will have the new tax rate of 12%, which is going to be showing the July's consumption. So as of July's bills, it'd still be 7.5%, which is June's consumption.
Customer Service Manager Domonique Pinder says There are not much changes, but customers can expect to see a 4.5% VAT increase on the August 1st bill. She says as it relates to the VAT exemption, persons must be aware that this applies to residential customers only.
You don't have to come in to apply. You don't have to go down to the VAT office. Our system is ready to calculate the customers that are $200 and under, and you will automatically be exempt from the VAT 12% charge. On average, 75% of our residential customers are actually at $200 or less.
Now, the financial controller says since 2016, the power rates here at Grand Bahama Power Company have not changed, and there are things that residents can do to save on their power bills this summer.
Our fuel charge has been 10 cents from 2016 onward, and that's because of the fuel hedging plan that we've implemented at Grand Bahama Power Company. So customers will not see an increase in rates during the summer. The only reason that their bills may increase is because their consumption increased, but the all-in rate will remain the same until 2021.
They can change their fluorescent light bulbs to the LED light bulbs. They can monitor their water heater usage and turn down the temperature to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. They can unplug all of their appliances that are not in use.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Natalia Hall.
Switching gears now, celebrations in honor of the country's 45th anniversary of independence moving to the east last night, where an ecumenical service was held at St. Cleveland Baptist Church in Freetown. Sabrina Brown reports.
We know that this is a nation that God is indeed Lord. Come on, we know indeed that we are a blessed nation.
Residents in East Grand Bahama joining in the celebrations as the country marks 45 years as an independent nation. Pastor of Harvest Temple Baptist Church in 8 Mile Rock, Reverend Rodney Forbes, delivering the sermon, said despite the economic state of this island, Bahamians must continue to trust God.
In spite of the challenge, when you know that God has spoken to your spirit and said to you that I am your exceeding great reward, you're not going to worry about what the economy looks like. You're not going to worry about what the situation looks like. And yes, I know we need the economic power, but what I'm trying to say to the people in East Grand Bahama, that if you are going to have faith in God, then nothing shall stop you from celebrating.
Deputy Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquist, noted that the Bahamas was able to achieve independence through a united people working together for one common goal. He said as we move forward, we must get back to the common touch.
We need to go back to that shared sacrifice that our forefathers engaged in, where we looked out for one another and we recognized that we wanted better for our country, better for our children than what we had. And if we focus on that, then the sacrifices we make today are minuscule in comparison to what we can be as a people. And so today I want us to just reflect on all we've accomplished as a young nation.
Administrator for East Grand Bahama, Gay Bow, reflecting on the contributions of great community leaders, admonished residents to do their part to continue to build this nation.
Let us remember that once we have a vision for this community or a passion to improve this community, we can step out in faith and with God's help accomplish all things.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, tomorrow night, the Independence Committee will host a gospel concert at St. Vincent de Paul Catholic Church in Hunters. A fire truck erupting in a massive blaze this morning on the Grand Bahama Highway. ZNS News has learned that the fire truck owned by Vopak Bahamas Limited, formerly Borco, was being taken on a test run when the fire erupted in the back of the truck. The fire truck was extensively damaged. The cause of the blaze is now under investigation. In news from the crime beat, a Nassau man pleading guilty today Tuesday to 13 counts of housebreaking and stealing. 51-year-old Dave Stanford Coakley appearing before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson on 6 counts of housebreaking and stealing from a dwelling house. Now, he pleaded guilty to all counts and was sentenced to 5 years behind bars. Coakley also appearing before Magistrate Regan Johnson, this time on 7 counts of housebreaking and stealing from a shop. He pleaded guilty to all counts and he was sentenced to 5 years behind bars. You are watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.
Union Jack being lowered and the flag of the Bahamas going up. It was a moment that it gives you a certain sense of pride, you know, being a fellow Caribbean country.